Hello. So today's topic of discussion is what if anxious attachment causes avoidant attachment? Now, my disclaimer at the front is that I am not deeply studied in the attachment styles lens of looking at self and relationship. I am studied only in the sense of how people talk about it who have studied it themselves as a lens to look through their relationship. However, I have my own experience of being in both seats. So I had a relationship a long time ago where my partner was always advancing, always wanting more intimacy, always trying to control the situation, always feeling like he needed more. And I was like, oh, ah. I didn't have the space to feel my own inspiration or inclination to move towards him. So I was always kind of on my back foot, not pushing, but trying to hold my own space because I felt like my personal space, the sanctuary of myself, was being pressured upon, not really invaded, but pressured upon. And then I had another relationship right after that where it was completely the opposite, even though I didn't behave the way my former partner did. But I was always seeking. And that person that I was involved with was sometimes warm and sometimes out of there, avoidant, creating space, pushing me away. And so for me, these are more like dancing dynamics than personality types or attachment types. So here's the danger. Whenever we take a type test, we can identify with the results. So on the one hand, looking at attachment styles, looking through the lens of attachment styles can give us some perspective, some food for thought, and a way to observe ourselves and step out of the emotion in the moment when things happen, like when we're feeling anxiously attached and those emotions come up to the surface. Then we could say, oh, this is anxious attachment acting up in me. And that gives us some more perspective for how to actually make choices of how we want to behave, what we want to say, what we want to do in that moment. Because just having the conscious awareness that, oh, this is the pattern happening now, gives us a little bit of separation from it. And then instead of being inside the video game, we can be the player of the video game and make a different choice than we would if we were just acting it out without having any conscious perspective. So there's some powerful leverage in that. However, the danger is that we might identify with it and then just think that that's the way we are. And I'm working on my anxious attachment style, or, oh, that's my anxious attachment style, or, oh, that's my avoidant attachment. I'm just avoidant. I mean, I'm going to work on it. And identification creates blind spots because there's a certain level of acceptance of something that comes with identification that prevents asking deeper questions. So I am working with a client now who decided to participate in my relationship rebalancing personal training program. And this is where I teach 5 relationship skills that are for rebalancing the relationship dynamics. And she said from the day that I met her, I'm anxious attached, he's avoidant attached. Well, she's been experiencing those dynamics for, I think, a year and a half. After 8 days in my program, applying the skills that I am teaching her, she still has some, tension come up, but she's not behaving anxious attached with him. And he is not avoidant. He is now actually effectively pursuing her. And she's not being avoidant either. She's not being anxious, attached, or avoidant. She is entering flow, which is what I teach people how to do. So she's entering flow, and he is now starting to express himself freely. Instead of pushing her away and creating space, he's inviting her on a date. He's making plans with her. He's totally like taking the initiative and feeling lighter. And she said that they feel like they're dating again, or she feels like they're dating again. In 8 days of practicing the relationship rebalancing skills that I teach. So yeah, I think anxious attachment causes avoidant attachment, and it's really because of the pressures, of the emotional pressures or energetic pressures that are going on in the communication. And there's a beeline, much, much faster way to get to connection with your partner. And that is finding your way to flow. And that's what I teach people. So I'm excited for the success of my client and that I'm working with right now. And I would love to work with you if you would like to experience freedom from the dynamics of attachment styles and actually to find a flowing, intimate connection with your partner. That's what I'm here for. So comment below, love, or shoot me a DM and let's have a conversation. I can tell you more about how the program works, and you can let me know if you resonate with that. So those are my thoughts for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.